All right, so I spoke a few weeks ago at Wilhelm Paxtang's opening day, and we had similar weather to this, so I don't want to say it, but I might be bad luck. So I will try to keep this brief. I know it's been a long day already, but before I start here, I just want to take like 10 seconds and think about how fortunate we are to be out here supporting our kids and watching them play the game that they love. So just 10 seconds to think about, with some gratitude and, how lucky we are to be here. All right, thank you. So I've been running my baseball instructional company for about 10 years now, doing private lessons, group classes, and summer camps, clinics, and so we have a summer camp coming up too. I had to plug myself a little bit. If anyone's interested, they start in June and go run through July and August. And so last year was one of my first times actually coaching a team, which is way different from doing lessons and running camps where, I was managing personalities, young men that were 14, 15 years old, and trying to build a culture and, make a positive impact on young men. And I know Coach Ocker is probably going through something similar with his high school baseball team. So, over the winter, we started practice for last summer. And the whole time I was preaching to them and the parents, we're here to develop young men. We're here to, try to make better ball players. But more importantly, we're here to try to create good human beings that are going to be leaders and make a positive impact on the world. So, winning baseball games isn't my most important job as your son's coach. And so I was preaching that all winter. During the spring, some of our kids played high school baseball, so we didn't start our season until the summer. So for about 5 or 6 months, we just practiced, and we got out there for our first tournament, and we looked absolutely horrible, right? It was our first time playing together. And we weren't vibing together as a team, we weren't playing together, we weren't supporting each other. And I was very discouraged and upset, and we lost like our first 5 games in a row. First tournament we lost every game, second tournament we lost. And I started to get upset, and I forgot what my purpose and my mission actually was, right? So I was mad that we were losing baseball games, and not getting better when it was actually my job. What I had been preaching the entire winter is, to try to keep a positive attitude and, to try to push through when things aren't going right. Just like today with the weather, I know it's not perfect, but we pushed through and here we are, turned out to be a pretty nice day. So baseball and softball go the same way, right? It's not our job as coaches really to win baseball games, especially not these volunteer coaches who are out here giving their time. And, it's not easy to coach. It's a very difficult job. So I think if we all can try to remember, our most important job as parents and coaches is to develop young men and women, because we're creating leaders for tomorrow. The legacy we leave behind isn't going to be, our cars, our clothes, the money we have, the job we hold. Our legacy is going to be the kids that we raise and then the impact that we have, not only on the kids, but on everybody else, that we come across throughout our lives. So, if we can keep that in mind throughout the season, coaches as well, try not to get upset when things aren't going our way. And remember that, the kids are watching us and watching how we respond, how we react. So if we continue to respect the game, and here we go, the sun's coming out, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And if we continue to make a positive impact and set a positive example for these kids, that's the most important job we can do. And I know that we can all accomplish that together. So coming to Middletown's opening day is great. It's a very nice community feel, more than other organizations that I do go to for their opening day. So it's really cool to see everybody out here supporting each other. Coach Ocker with his baseball team, the softball team, high school softball teams out here. So it's really cool, and I appreciate you guys having me, and I hope everybody has a really fun season. And I hope that we can all remember the mission, to spread joy and stay positive and make the positive impact that I know we can. Thank you.
All right, that's going to be a pretty hard speech to follow. But I want to give a minute. I want to thank all the